We are the world, make a better day, so let's start giving. The choice we make, we're saving all our issue. We make a better day, just you and me. We are the world, we are Biafra. We are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We'll save our lives. Each show will make a better day, just you and me. Saving up in Nigeria with your friend. Them they carry our money at the area. Let no one know if we don't trouble. All I want to let them know it's what's up. You got it on our side. Everybody will want try to come side. And the Wusan and Sukilishi, them leave us for water, or chopping a machine. I make it put our hands together so that we can fight them together. We are friends. We are the world, make a better day, so let's start giving. The choice we make, we're saving all our issue. Make a better day, just you and me. We are the world, we are friends. We are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. We're saving our lives. This show will make a better day, just you and me. Don't be so that matters about me as I take my time and sing reality. All we need is a great nation in our world today. All we need is to be free, freedom to enjoy our nationality. Waiting I see now, so me I used to talk them. Share as a talk them now, so you go understand them. To love your mind, my backbone forever. If you like it, make it do ya, just go by the journal. We are friends. We are the world, make a brighter day, so let's start giving. The choice we make, we're saving all our issue. We make a better day, just you and me. We are the world, we are friends. We are the ones to make a brighter day, so let's start giving. The choice we make, we're saving all our future. Will make a better day, just you and me. We are the world, we are friends. We are the world, make a better day, so let's start giving. The choice we make, we're saving all our issue. We make a better day, just you and me. We are the world, we are friends. We are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we'll make.
The following are some of the songs composed by late Sir F.C. Nwoba during the Nigerian Biafran War from 1967 to 1970.
Allow me to worship Chukwukika Biama on behalf of the entire family listening right across the length and breadth of this very planet. Umu Chineke, all of you who are ordained, all of you who are destined to perform wonders, I welcome all of you. Now, I will present you to Chukwukika Biama in heaven. Therefore, our Father who resideth in heavens above, looking down upon the pain and the suffering of your children, as was foretold by those who has gone before us, that a day will come when the world will gang up, when all the children of darkness will congregate to prevail against your children. That time is now. In pain. We are in so much suffering that man cannot begin to comprehend it. We ask for your mercy. We ask for you to come and present and provide a way where there is none. We ask you to if we came IPOB n'ebe niile dị iche iche ruo ebe niile ụwa sọtụrụ ka ịdị mma gị na ebere gị biko gbaso ha ụbọchị niile nke ndụ ha. Ọkwa asụsụ eluigwe. We call upon you this evening. The vultures are congregating. The saboteurs are rising up. We are beginning to identify them. And we are dealing with them. We ask you to give us the strength. We ask you for courage. We ask you for every ounce of determination and resoluteness. Make us as hard as steel, as only you can do. Baptize us in your word, in your knowledge, in your truthfulness, and in your strength. Make it impossible for our enemies to come close to us. Destroy them before they come very close. We will be tempted, of course. Our defenses are without a shadow of doubt. Sometimes there may be breaches, but in the end we prevail because that is your word and that is your promise. This evening we hold on resolutely to that very command of yours. Your own spoken word. The word that you gave to your children when you said to them that they should not worship any idol, they should not bow before any graven image. We have made mistakes in our lives. We have bowed before European idols. We have done everything but worship you in truth and honesty. But now, having realized the errors of our ways, we present ourselves before that you may do with us as you please. So it was prayed thousands of years ago. That same prayer will re-echo because we are nothing without you. We are nothing without you. We can have the best defenses in the whole world. We can procure the finest anti-jamming equipment available. But it is you that will defend your inheritance. You will defend Biafra. You know that we are honest and truthful people. You know that we preach this gospel in the knowledge that your children must be free in the land of the living. That they may go back and worship you in Zion as they have done thousands of years ago. This is our prayer. Now and always, because we are your children. You can't abandon us to the forces of evil and darkness. That is not your will. And it can never be. That is why today, tomorrow, and always, as you have called us to undertake this very monumental and epic task, as you have determined that your word must be preached in the land, that very land you gave to our ancestors thousands of years ago. So shall it be done in our lifetime. Allow us to be worthy to serve. Chukwu Abiama, allow us to be considered worthy to serve you. You know we speak the truth. Our enemies are liars. They are cheats and they are killers. They are bloodthirsty bastards, all of them. All of them bar none. They have brought their lies to bear upon all their dealings. Their tongue is very spiteful against those of them who are righteous before your sight. Please don't allow shame to befall your children. Don't allow shame to befall your name, because we answer your name, we bear your name. That is why today we make this very prayer in the sure knowledge that Biafra will be restored as your own kingdom upon the face of the earth. That you will be worshipped every blessed day, as our children will do, and so will their children. Until time everlasting, we have prayed in your name. He said, he said, he said.
Good evening, great Biafrans, wonderful people and beautiful people. Chineke alusigolo, Olisa alusigolo. Biafra is a done deal, irrespective of what man is doing, irrespective of what the enemies are doing, to ensure that Biafra did not stand. But we know that it is a done deal. And therefore, on this note, I welcome you this evening. It is Biafra Radio. We are live and we are direct. We are bringing you the words of Chukwu Kikabiama. We are bringing you the gospel according to the restoration of the kingdom of Chukwu Kikabiama on this planet they call Earth. It is Radio Biafra, and in case you don't know, we preach the truth and nothing but the truth. And of course, the gospel according to the restoration of the kingdom of God on this planet Earth. The kingdom of God they call Biafra will continue unabated. Permit me to welcome you this evening. My name's Barrister Ikechukwu Onuoha. There is a reason why we call it Late Night with Barrister Onuoha. For those of you who are wondering, why are we coming up on air so late? If indeed so, because it is a late night. And what is this late night all about? It is the time we sit back, relax, and listen to the gospel. It is the time we all pick up our pen and paper. It is the time, of course, we listen to our radio. to news, information, analysis, and of course, to know what is happening around you. Permit me once again to welcome you. Of course, it is 11:09 p.m. here in Johannesburg, the city of gold. Of course, today is the 26th day of September, the year of our Lord 2023. And of course, if you are in Biafra land, it should be an hour different, which means it should be 10:09 p.m. in the evening. And of course, if you are listening to me wherever you are, it does not matter where you are hearing the sound of my voice, as long as you are on this planet they call Earth. Trust me, if your time is saying 10 minutes past the top of the hour, it means you are hearing us live and direct. And this is Biafra Radio. My goodness me, it is Biafra Radio, and trust me when I tell you, we are live, we are direct. Elohim, he is presiding over what we are doing. What we have come to do is very simple. Trust me when I tell you, people don't understand the dynamics of this gospel of Biafra. It is not an individual thing. It is a restoration effort for Ikechukwu Kikabiama. It is a restoration effort for millions of Biafrans. I tell you, for me, Ikechukwu Onuoha, I am just a messenger. And if you see yourself privileged to be on the forefront of this restoration effort, I want you to understand it has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with your skills. It has nothing to do with your so-called intelligence or intellectual. You are nothing but a servant to the people of Ikechukwu Kikabiama. It is this reason that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being incarcerated today. I'm telling you, it is the same reason that our leader, Onyindu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is still incarcerated for no just cause, because he is serving the people of Biafra. And we will not allow these efforts to go in vain. We will not allow all that our leader have done to go down the drain. And this is why we will not relent. This is why we will not capitulate. This is why we will continue to preach this gospel unabated. And when we preach it, we preach the truth and nothing but the truth. And this is why we have come this evening, of course, to continue where we left up. They thought we have gone down. They thought we have run away. They thought we have capitulated. But trust me when I tell you, we are Biafrans, for goodness sake, and we are going nowhere. Once again, permit me to welcome you to this great time, this great edition of Late Night with Barrister Ikechukwu Onuoha. Let me tell you something you need to know. If God have called you for this effort, trust me, nothing and nobody can stop you. You will automatically become unstoppable, because the work you are doing is the work of Ikechukwu Kikabiama, unless you are not called. But if you are called, trust me when I tell you, you are going to do the work that you are called. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was called for this effort. He was called, he was ordained, and that is why no man born of a woman can kill Mazinam the Kanu. No man born of a woman. Whatever they are doing, it is only temporary. But trust me when I tell you, the king will still return. We continue. It is Biafra Radio, and of course, trust me when I tell you, it is 14 minutes past the hour 11 p.m. here in Johannesburg. And if you are in Biafra land, once again, it is 14 minutes past 10 p.m. in the evening. And anywhere you are hearing the sound of my voice, as long as you are on this planet they call Earth, my goodness me, we are live. And we are direct. And Elohim, he is presiding over the affairs of people. And of course, this evening, we will continue as usual, preaching this gospel with any fear nor favor. One thing about Biafra Radio and what makes us to stand tall, different, and of course from the rest is the fact that we speak the truth. We don't come here and begin to talk about individual. Trust me, because Biafra is bigger than an individual. Biafra is bigger than gossip. We speak the words of wisdom. We speak and we preach the gospel according to the restoration efforts of the kingdom of God on earth. And that kingdom of God is Biafra. And that is exactly what we are going to do this day. Before we continue, I want you to do something for me. Go and tell Pharaoh to let my people go.
No! Pharaoh rapondimo kamala. Pharaoh rapondimo kamala. Ejimo baraku bonjo. Pharaoh rapondimo kamala. Pharaoh rapondimo kamala. Pharaoh rapondimo kamala. Ejimo baraku bonjo. Pharaoh rapondimo kamala. Ebuabo otum Israel sisi na diki rep. Chineke wenye hamleri. Awebu abo mawela. Jela diki. Pharaoh rapondimo kamala. Pharaoh rapondimo kamala. Ejimo baraku bonjo. Pharaoh rapondimo kamala. Pharaoh rapondimo kamala. Pharaoh rapondimo kamala. Ejimo baraku bonjo. Pharaoh rapondimo kamala. Umu Chineke gara obodo ndọrọna emekọ ishabo ebe ahụ ka a nọrọ ọtụtụ arọ ha. Umu Chineke gara obodo ndọrọna emekọ ishabo ebe ahụ ka a nọrọ ọtụtụ arọ ha. Ọ dịghị onye chọrọ ikwuru ọnụ, ọ dịghị onye nụrụ akwa ha n'ebe ewe na-emeghị ha na-eme ozu nwụrụ anwụ. Ọ dịghị onye chọrọ ikwuru ọnụ, ọkacha ewe n'iwe, ọ dịghị onye nụrụ akwa ha n'ebe ewe na-emeghị ha na-eme ozu nwụrụ anwụ. Chineke nke eluigwe nechara na nyere ezi nkwado. Osisi gwara m Fero okwu, Fero rapụ ndị m ụkala. Jehova nke eluigwe nechara na nyere ezi nkwado. Osisi gwara m Fero okwu, si Fero rapụ ndị m ụkala. Ekwu bụ ihe mere n'ụlọ, anụ bụ ihe mere ntido. Egburu isi n'ụwa ntị esoro, egburukwa nke ha aka ma adịghị ya. Ekwu bụ ihe mere n'ụlọ, anụ bụ ihe mere ntido. Mana egburu isi n'ụwa ntị esoro, egburukwa nke ha aka ma adịghị ya. N'ihi na ihe ọma bụ Chineke malitere ka o mee, ajọ mmadụ apụghị ịkpọtụ ya. Mme ya na-awatara ya n'anya. N'ihi na ihe ọma bụ Chineke malitere ka o mee, ajọ mmadụ apụghị ịkpọtụ ya. Emenu ma na-esitere ya n'ọnwụ, emenu ma na-awatara ya n'anya.
All right, welcome back once again. It is still Biafra Radio, and of course, we are live, we are direct. And for those of you, of course, who are joining us right now, let me inform you, or rather welcome you in order and properly, because it is indeed a late night with Mazi, whichever one that works for you. And this is what we do every evening. When we come on air, we interact with our people. We interact with Biafrans, because media is all about information. Media is power. Media is about decimating information, because, of course, information is power. And this evening, that is what we have come here to do. Of course, to let our people know what is happening around them. You see, when you go to work in the morning, most of the time you don't know what is happening in the world that you are, especially those in Biafra land, even those in diaspora. You don't know what is happening at home. So when you come back in the evening to relax, when you have taken your bath, you have taken your dinner or supper, whichever one, and now you have retired to your bed, the best thing to listen to is Biafra Late Night with Barrister Onuoha, because we will be updating you with events as they unfolded even while you were gone. But before I continue, most of you know that yesterday was our leader's birthday. That's correct. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it was his birthday yesterday. And I was privileged and fortunate as well to share a birthday with this great man. And of course, this evening, I want to honor him as well. And I want to play, of course, a birthday song to our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, this evening, just to say a happy birthday to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Very, very important. So we are going to do that. And when we return, we will be touching on news, information, analysis, because this is what late night is all about. So don't go away. Rather, I would love you to share this broadcast to friends. I would like you to share it even to the enemy of Biafrans. Invite everybody, because we have gathered on this hallowed platform where we worship Elohim, where we speak the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help me Elohim. So without wasting time, let us sing a happy birthday to our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I know it was yesterday, but of course, what's wrong if we celebrate it again today? He deserves all the accolade, because he is the man that wears the cap. Let's do this.
How about today, the 25th of September? Get to Pasala for never forget that day. Exactly one man and they were when we say happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, Marcin Nandikalo. May your days belong. Oh, Bukolo. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
All right, welcome back. Of course, it is the right thing to do. What am I doing? Of course, I'm trying to wish our leader, my leader and your leader a happy birthday. For those of you who knows that his birthday was yesterday, and of course the same was my own birthday. And trust me when I tell you, it is not everybody that is born in September. Great men are born in September. Heroes are born in September. And if you are a great person, you will face challenges in life. There will be enemies all around you. When people are talking about you, talking down on you, attacking you for no just cause, do not perturb, because it is what it should be. And of course, it goes a long way to show who you are. And that is why I, Barrister Onuoha, I don't really care when people talk about me. As a matter of fact, it gives me joy that people have time to talk about Barrister Ikechukwu Onuoha. It means that I matter. It means that I am somebody. Of course, people talk about Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. He is the man of the hour because he's a great man. Only great people. Now, there are two types of people on earth. People who are doing evil and they are being talked about, and also people who are doing good things. So you need to tell yourself, on which category do you fall into? Do you fall into the people who are great people and people are talking about you out of jealousy and envy, or are people talking about you because of the bad things you are doing? All right, we continue. It is late night with Barrister Onuoha, and of course we take it easy, we take it nice and slow because there is no rush. It is late night indeed. And of course, it is the late show of the day. After this, people goes back to their bed. All right, let's touch on some news, and of course, we will go back to some music as well. Because like I say, this is what we do. We preach the gospel all around, and at the same time we entertain our people. Of course, when we talk about entertainment, we play songs that you remember even when you were little, songs that you remember that takes you back home, that takes you back to Biafra land. Because when the songs takes you back to Biafra land, it motivates you, and of course it makes you to be on your first gear and understand that Biafra is our last destination. All right, there is something that I picked up on the socials, or should I say on the media or newspapers, if you may. It talks about withdraw books falsely labeling Igbo people as invader of Ife Kingdom from Nigeria schools, IPOB tells government. All right. Like I said, it is our job, it is our responsibility to bring to you information, to bring to you news, updates, things that you need to know. And this is coming from Sahara Reporters. It is indeed an article that was written today. And of course, we need to go deep into it to know or to understand what this is all about. All right, let's see. Akiyemi's book has generated controversy for nothing that Igbo people used to invade Ile-Ife in present-day Osun State, southwest Nigeria. What do you expect? I'm asking, what do you expect? When it comes to the zoo called Nigeria this day and age, the so-called Igbo people and of course the Biafran people have become a punching bag. I said they have become a punching bag. And every tribe in the zoo called Nigeria tries out their luck, tries out their new, pattern on the so-called Igbo people. And there's nothing you can do about it. There is nothing the Igbo people can do about it. There is nothing anybody can do about it, because this is what the legacy our so-called elders have laid down for us. And this is why there is nobody in the zoo called Nigeria that respects an Igbo man. If you identify yourself as an Igbo man, of course, you are looked down upon, you are looked down as a slave, you are looked down at nothing. As a matter of fact, people come up with some fake analogy, people come up with some fake history, which is not true. But what will you do? Absolutely nothing. I mean, you people went to compete for the zoo presidency. How did that fare out? The election was rigged. You were rigged out of office. And they are doing it with impunity because they know enweghị ihe unu ga-eme. And this is why they have come again with this false story about Igbo people invading in Ife. And we all know that Igbos are peaceful people. They don't invade any community. As a matter of fact, they are the only people in that part of land that never invaded any external tribe. But look at it today. What is happening? Our history is being concocted. Our history is being destroyed. Our history is being, narrated falsely. And to add salt to injury, who are they telling this history? Our children. Which is the worst thing that can happen to a nation? Which is the worst thing that can happen to a race? When people begin to, destroy or rather distort your history to your own children, to the next generation. So in the next 20 years, in the next 30, 50 years, you will have people of Igbo extracts who will believe those lies, just like they have lied to our people all those years. Even some of us listening this night, we have been lied against. We have been told some lies about who we are, even in the history book that does not exist. And today they are doing it all over again. I can understand writing, all this press release, debunking it and whatever. Yes, it's the right thing to do. But what difference does it make? What difference does it make? IPOB should be a center of excellency. IPOB should be an epitome, that epitomize who we are. Something that when people look at it, they will fear our race. This is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has spent all his life to do, to set up a race, to set up a people, to set up a nation that the whole other nation will be afraid of. That before they talk about us, they need to think twice. This is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has labored all the years to do. But what is happening today? Just 2 years, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, just 2 years, people have destroyed what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has labored all those years to do. It's easy to destroy, but very difficult to build. And today, our enemies can now talk to us anyhow. They can lie against us because they know there is no repercussion. They know, and trust me when I tell you, nothing will happen. Even if you kill Igbo person today, even if you kill a Biafran today, nothing will happen. Absolutely so. Because people are busy chasing shadows. People are busy fighting things that does not matter. People are busy fighting the wrong wars. People are busy fighting the wrong enemies when the real enemies are at the gates, pulling and tearing down the gate to gain entrance. And as soon as they get entrance, the rest is history. All right, let's continue and see what this article or this write-up is all about. So Akiyemi's book has generated controversy for nothing that the Igbo people used to invade Ife in present-day Osun State, southwest Nigeria. So basically, they're calling us Janjaweed. What a reverse psychology. The indigenous people of Biafra IPOB has ordered all the indigenes of southeast Nigeria, including IPOB members, to burn every copy of Sola Akiyemi's book titled Fundamentals of Civil Education for Basic 8 if the government does not withdraw them from schools within 14 days. You know what is funny? Do you know what is funny? Okay, this is a press release, of course, telling Akiyemi, telling us out his people to burn every book, telling the governments, or rather giving the government, 14 days ultimatum. I can understand all that. But like I said, this is Biafra Radio, and we speak the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Do you really think that these people will listen to us? I'm asking you. Do you really think that they will listen to us? Because the problem here is you are still fighting yourselves. There is still this in-house fighting going on. People are fighting here and there. People are stealing money. People are grabbing bank accounts, false bank accounts, and what have you. And the enemies are watching. Do you know when is the right time for the enemy to attack? The enemy attack when there is war at home. And when the enemy attacks when there is war at home, and you think that somehow that the same enemy will listen to your threats, trust me when I tell you, they will not. And I'm saying this because here on Biafra Radio, we preach the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Let's call a spade what it is. In order for us to speak as IPOB and people listen, we need to first of all put our house in order. Very, very important. If we don't put our house in order and somehow we hope and believe that when we shout, people will listen, forget about it. Trust me, they know better. They know that there is no power. They know that people are not united. They know that even if you have to fight today, you cannot fight. Even if you fight, you are not going to win because there is war at home. So I'm saying this, let us first of all put our house in order before we start giving ultimatum to the zoo government. If it was when our leader is out here, he is the one who will say he wouldn't even give 14 days. Mazen Namdekano doesn't have time for 14 days. He will just tell you 3 days. This will be happening because we are united. That is the days of our Nurubenwan Nabaloso. That is the days of IPOB. When we speak, the whole land quake. Our leader will be on air. He will give ultimatum to some, touts, to a group of thieves and tell them, I am giving you 1 day to stay away from Okigwe Road. And it will be happening. That is what I call, IPOB in action. But of course, we are not losing hope because we believe that IPOB is undefeated. We believe that, of course, the same IPOB that Mazen Namdekano created from the foundation will be restored. It's just a matter of time. And the only thing that, of course, will happen is that the chaff will be blown away by the wind and the real seed will stand because Biafra is non-negotiable. Biafra will be restored. The 100 men that our leader Mazen Namdekano spoke about, that 100 men, of course, will emerge. And of course, they will do the work of Chukwu Kikabiama. They will ensure that Biafra is restored in our own time. We continue. So this is all about the issue of the book that was written, and of course, labeling IPOB, labeling Biafras. And this is not the first time they have been labeling us. It is all about labeling. And this is how they labeled us and called us terrorists and proscribed IPOB. And once again, they have started again, and they are trying by all means to destroy whatever it is left of our history. We must continue. This is Biafra Radio, and of course, it is late night with Barrister Onuoha. Let me take you back, way back, to something that will bring your heart back home. It doesn't matter wherever you are, even if you are in diaspora. I'm sure when you hear this, you'll think Biafra. Don't go away. We will be back after this.
Amagiri amame pagamamo. Egbani bosemi. Ekine semi. Ekine no buji bowra lapmengo mi. Oye we call time suma o. Ani sima bo. Yes nebera. Amagiri bo da. Amagiri anade. Anade. Egbani bobo da. Egbani bo anade. Anade. Ekine da bo. Ekine anade. Amagiri no bo. Anade. Anade. Pakamam. The one people are young girl. Come go be a promo. Take a full review. The remarkable curriculum and the command. Jabo Pikisima. Mamma Tomeso did you. Ibi Duba, Ibi Sokuba. Kiss your boss, yes, Sokuba. Bomas make a Dabena, Robina, make it about 10 men are brave.
All right, welcome back once again. It is Biafra Radio, and of course, it is late night with Barrister Onuoha. And here, of course, it is Johannesburg, where we are reaching you live and direct, wherever you are, wherever you hear the sound of my voice. And of course, I want to thank you this evening for joining us. The time standing at 11:50 p.m. here in Johannesburg, the city of gold. And of course, if you are in Biafra land, it should be 10:51 p.m. And of course, I want to send my condolences to the family of Nelson Mandela, of course, for the passing of one of their grandchild, Zoleka Mandela. And sometimes people wonder, why do you talk about the Mandela's family? I must tell you, this family is indeed what I call a true Africans, because of the things that they have done, of course, for foreigners in this country. And I, for one, of course, I was privileged to have a personal relationship with the late daughter of Mandela, who is Zinzi Mandela. She was a friend of mine. And I mean a very, very good friend of mine. She was former, South Africa ambassador to in Copenhagen. And of course, she passed away as well. I think she passed away a couple of years back, 2 years ago or so. She was indeed a nice person, and therefore it is with a deep heart on behalf of Biafrans all around the world. We say a condolence, and may the soul of Zoleka Mandela rest in peace. We continue. All right, let's see if we can find something else, or I got something here. I've received a message from one of the Stone. I call her Stone because this woman is a rock. She don't fear any man. Her love for Biafra, her love for IPOB is on, I don't even know how to describe it. And her love for our leader, Nnamdi Kanu. I witnessed this even while we are in Israel. I'm talking about Rachel Nwosu. She wrote for me, and I'm going to read what she wrote. I know. She said, I listened to your broadcast. I love the way you speak. I miss our days of broadcasting with so much happiness and enthusiasm. Every word that you spoke is true. Laila Tov. My goodness me. You see, this is what it has become, because IPOB we used to talk about on Rubewan Nabal also, because our leader founded this great movement on love, brotherly love. Whatever we do it peacefully. Whatever we do it as a family. Whatever we do it with joy and love. I remember when I was in Israel, my goodness me, this woman took care of me. She showed me love. I mean, love that surmounts all other. Even when our leader came to Israel, Rachel Nwosu took care of Onyendumaz and Nnamdi Kanu beyond measure. My goodness me. Unbelievable. And then you ask yourself today, what happened to all this love? What happened to all this Olurubewane? What happened to all this? Today it has become a cage fight. Today it has become WW Raw. That is what they have turned IPOB into. But trust me when I tell you, power belongs to the people. And of course, the people are the people of Biafra. They will reclaim what Elohim have given to us. And of course, our leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will pray every day that God Chukwu Kikabiama will release him from this incarceration, that he will come and take care of business. We must continue. It is Biafra Radio. And it is late night with Barrister Onuoha. We are preaching the good news according to the restoration of Biafra. All right, let's see something else, something that drew my attention on the newspaper, and I want to talk about it. It says Ohaneze to help mediate to stop insecurity in Southeast. Ohaneze, we know their pattern, we know their games. When Emmanuel Iwanyanwu was nominated the President General of Ohaneze Ndibo, what did he do? He came out, oh, Nnamdi Kanu must be released, blah, 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 just to gain the momentum, just to gain the heart of the people. But unfortunately, or rather, what they don't understand is the fact that the heart of the people will always be with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB, irrespective of what you say, irrespective of who you are, irrespective of what you think. If you don't toe along the line of getting Martin Namdekano released from jail, whatever you are doing is a waste of time. And I'm telling you this because it's a fact. He's talking about mediating to stop insecurity in Southeast. Are you telling me that Emmanuel Iwanyanwu, as old as he is, does not know that the only person that Biafran people listen to, that the only person who, when he speaks, Biafra land will stand still, is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Does Emmanuel Iwanyanwu somehow think that the people of Biafra will listen to Iwanyanwu? Talk less of Ohaneze. You see, these are old men who have been around. These are men who knows the truth. These are men who knows exactly what needs to be done. But somehow, because of selfishness, because of personal interest and personal gain, they will come out to fight a war that they will never win. If Emmanuel Iwanya will start from today to the next 20 years to talk about is it security or whatever the case may be in the Southeast, it's a common truth. Nobody will listen. I'm being honest. Nobody will listen. Not because our people are violent. Not because our people do not like, peace. No. It's simple because you cannot rule a kingdom without the king. Let me repeat. Maybe you did not hear me. I say you cannot rule a kingdom without the king. The king of Biafra land is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The prime minister of Biafra land is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Nothing gets done in Biafra land without Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I'm being honest. It's a reality. It's a fact. And if I'm not saying the truth, please call me out. But this is a fact. That is the only man that when he speaks, the people listen. Why? Because of the love the people of Biafra have on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is the reason why when he talk, the people listen. So if Iwanya will think he want now to take over and become Okao men at Biafra land, Biafra, I think it's actually a misplaced priority. And if you know Iwanya, please go and tell him, I feel he's an old man. He's an old man who should know better. You see, that's why I love the late Amechi. I mean, what is his name again? I just forgot. I don't want to get his name wrong. He is the man, of course, that knows. Yes, I am an elder statesman. Yes, I can talk. Yes, I can speak. But I know for a fact that there is somebody that the people listen to, that there is somebody that Biafran people will love to listen to. And that person is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, Mazi Amechi. And he went to Buhari, even as old as he is, and told Buhari and begged him to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And yet, Fulani did not listen to him. And now Emmanuel Iwanyanwu thinks that no, we don't need Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in order for us to peace in Biafra land. We don't need Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in order for us to mediate insecurity or to stop insecurity in Southeast. I can do it because I am the Chief President General of Ohanese. Let me tell you something you need to know. There are people who has been in that seat before Iwanyam. There are people who has been there. What did they achieve? Absolutely nothing. Because our people have seen it all. Our people have had enough of shenanigans. What our people want is freedom. What our people want is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So if you know Iwanyanwu, if he's your uncle, or if he's your in-law, if he's your father's brother, or whoever he is very close to you, go and tell him to stop fighting a losing battle. Go tell him to do the needful. And what is the needful? Ohanese need to, rally around together with the so-called Southeast governor and do the needful. Because power belongs to the people. The people wants the king to return. The king of Biafra land must return. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu undoubtedly is the king of Biafra. It doesn't matter what you think. What you think is irrelevant. It doesn't matter. The facts remain the fact. And that fact is that the king must return, whether you like it or not. My goodness me. So now he wants to broker peace in Biafra land. It is laughable indeed, because many people have tried this in the past and they always get the same results. Can you imagine a man that speaks on radio and the whole world stands still? A man that issues ultimatum, a man that issues instruction on the platform of Radio Biafra then, and the whole world listens. And now you think that somehow people will move on without Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. How naive, how stupid, and how brainless can somebody be to think that way? Because come what may, our people knows what they want. And you cannot make the people feel like they don't know what they want. You cannot make the people feel like they are, they cannot think for themselves. Our people will always think for themselves. So Iwanyanwu, if you are listening, or if anybody who is close to you is listening, Barrister Ikechukwu Onuoha says that you cannot rule the kingdom without the king. Anybody who is issuing out ultimatum right now in Biafra land, you are what? Illegitimate. It's as simple as that. All right, it is Biafra Radio, and of course, this is Late Night with Barrister Onuoha. It is a place where we gather together as family. It is a place where we analyze, we dissect, of course, all the dailies and all the information in the media. And of course, it is a place where we speak the truth and nothing but the truth. My goodness me. And this evening, we have come back once again to do the needful. We have come to preach this gospel according to the restoration of the kingdom of Chukwu Kikabiama here on this planet they call Earth. And of course, by the grace of God, by the grace of Elohim, Chukwu Kikabiama, onye promihenile, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will return. He will be free because the king must return, because the throne awaits. As I'm talking to you now, the throne is empty. The king must return in order to occupy the throne. That is absolutely the way it is. And of course, it is the way it should be. We must continue. Of course, it is top of the hour here, 12 midnight, and of course, a couple of minutes past midnight here in Johannesburg. And I believe it is just a different an hour past the top of the hour, of course, if you are listening from Biafra land. And of course, we will begin to, summarize, we will begin to bring this program to a halt, to a close, because of course Chukwu Kikabiama, he is presiding over the affairs of his people, and this is Biafra Radio, and Elohim, he is presiding over the affairs of his people. I want you to listen to this because this man is making sense. He is making sense, and I want you to listen. Very, very important. And then, of course, we will continue from there.
So what we are saying in summary is that it is not true that the laws of Nigeria do not give us space to agitate for our rights as a people. Go and see every section of the Constitution that provides for our fundamental human rights. We have never exhausted any of it. But the truth of the Nigeria is that it is the individuals who are running the Nigerian state, who are angry, who don't like the Igbo people to develop, that are suppressing it. Today they are saying that the trailers in Apapa are making life difficult in Apapa, correct? How did that come about? When Obasanjo stopped the importation of textiles from Port Harcourt Wharf, everybody is now forced to go to Lagos. Port Harcourt Wharf is empty. If you allow those people who are importing through Lagos to all pass through Port Harcourt and the Calabar and the Warri, you wouldn't have that congestion in Lagos. They're making it seem as if solving the gridlock in Lagos requires rocket science. It's not. There is suppression of business interests aimed at suffocating the people. And we must be bold to address it. Because unless we do so, we do not know. Today, a lot of people are happy celebrating that Dangote is the richest man in the world. He's not richest in nothing. When you are given a monopoly to import cement, and the Beto is stopped for many years so that only you will have a leeway, and then you import the whole flour, and then you import all the sugar, and then you import all the salt, and they stop it, and they give you a waiver. Even if it's a Moro, you will be the richest man in Africa. All the monopoly legislation that is in Nigeria, we must fight against it in the spirit of Biafra. And we must work to take advantage of it. Because the truth remains that we have a voracious appetite for education, we have a voracious appetite for entrepreneurship, and we are strong believers in the right of our women. Anytime there is a suppression in the right of women, we are the worst victims because we have the largest army of educated women. We must be in the forefront of every agitation to fight against the suppressed women's rights. One commits an offense if there is a law written down clearly. Show me any law that says you cannot hang a Biafra flag in Nigeria and that will be guilty. Show me any law, nowhere. So they have the right. So is there a law against the color or the design or the business? Supposing you make your car the Biafran flag, would they arrest the car? Supposing you make your house the Biafran flag, would they arrest the house? So what is your offense in hanging the Biafran flag? And I must say that we must find a way to begin to enjoy this right, start taking advantage of our legal system, and bringing all this over 10 billion naira we waste every year to train our children out of Igbo land back home. But I will conclude by saying that we must work hard to save this language. If the language continues to die at the rate.
All right, so I'm going to leave it there. And of course, I just want to say something. Have you noticed all the Igbos? They have become the crying baby of the zoo called Nigeria. Unbelievable. And this is what, of course, our people have been reduced to. Every day complain, every day crying, and somehow they still hope that the zoo called Nigeria will come to their aid, that Nigeria will save them. Unbelievable. You see, it's like somebody is beating you up. Somebody is assaulting you. Somebody is hitting you up and down. And yet you are asking that person who is beating you up to save you. That is what the Igbos are doing in the present state of Nigeria today. They are suffering, they are smiling, and they are begging the oppressor to help them. And of course, we know it is not gonna happen. There is no way on earth the oppressor is going to help the Igbos or the Biafran people for that matter. It's not gonna happen. But yet, they are crying every day. Presidential election, they get rigged. The Igbos, they cry. Allocation of what do you call it, budget, they will cry. Maintaining of a road, they will cry. Building of airports, they will cry, because even as I'm talking to you, there is no known international airport in that part of the land. There is none. What you have there is just a camouflage, Anambra International Cargo Airport, Enugu International. Rubbish. All you have there is local, a glorified local airports. And yet we keep crying. You continue crying. Everything you cry. And now the zoo called Nigeria, they now know that these people are nothing but a cry baby, and they cannot do anything. I think somebody sang a song and it said, Wane boy yo onye mamba nechebu ya jilu. The Biafran people, the Igbo people, they have become the crybaby of the zoo called Nigeria, and anybody can do whatever they like to them and get away with it. If the soldiers want to kill, they can come down to our land, they can kill, they can pillage, and nobody will do absolutely nothing. This is what we have reduced ourselves to. And this is what our so-called elders have reduced us to. But the question is, what are we doing about it? Are we still focusing on fighting? Are we still focusing on opening bank accounts here and there? Are we still focusing on backstabbing? Are we still focusing on envy and jealousy and pulling down one another? And when we are done, we go back to the zoo, we cry. My goodness me, unbelievable. Once a great nation has become a rag for the rest. Once a great nation. If you ask them, they will say to you, no. But we are industrious. We are commercial people. We are intelligent. When somebody wants to deceive him or herself, you begin to sing your praise. You need to allow people to sing your praise and not the other way around. I get them before, no be business. I get them before, no be market. The time we as people are known that way has gone. Gone. Trust me, go in that zoo called Nigeria. And the only thing that will restore our pride, the only thing that will restore our dignity is Biafra. Trust me when I tell you that. And if we don't get Biafra in this generation, among all men, we are the most miserable. All right, let me run it up with a song. And when we come back, we will begin to fold it over. Don't go away.
Sing that kind of song that for me story, for me heroes day. Oh I from freedom. Papa where I gile, you walk in the cabia, my wagere. I really bola no me. Amra chanye lo wabia kwagere. Lele na wuga mola no wa. Bachale bolo no wuga wa. Odomo wa mo. Arere bola no me. Amra chanye lo wabia kwagere. Wo. Jano, I say Jano. Supreme leader. Ja children, I say yeah. Ya member when I say in a me sound them as me say what type of freedom I say. Remember when me hold that in a me body like Rastaman, I got injury time. I say, heaven come down, that glory come fill up my soul, because when at my cross, my Savior, come make me whole,
Almighty Jah, as I'm living at the place, as I'm keeping at this place, praise of my life, as I'm living at the place, as I'm keeping at this giant creation, as I'm living at the place, as I'm keeping at this place, save my life, as I'm living at the place, as I'm keeping at this place.
Children, 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 I say, he has done it again. Respect to the great lion. I will say, I'm the lion for freedom. Yeah, for the heroes day, we can't forget respect. Onibe, pray. Papa, we're running. Chukwu kike kabia mabia kwa gere o. Wo arire bola no me. Amra chaye lo wabia kwa lele. Lele na wuga mola no wa. Badala boro no wugo wa o. Odomo wa. Arire bola no me. Amra chaye lo wabia kwa gere. Ay, on the chada kwa gere. Kekero wabia kwa gere. Amaja hoso so arire bola no me. Mamalo amra chaye lo wabia kwa gere. I say, just shackling all the bad things, yeah, and separate them from the good, because the day of harvest is near.
Almighty Jah, as I'm living at a place, as I'm keeping at this place, praise of my life, as I'm living at a place, as I'm keeping at this place, giant creation, as I'm living at a place, as I'm keeping at this place, save my life, as I'm living at a place, as I'm keeping at this place.
Thank God the east and the tunnel free. Under me Babylon who never live to say.
Almighty Jah, as I'm living at the place, as I'm keeping at this place, praise of my life, as I'm living at the place, as I'm keeping at this place, giant creation.
All right, of course, it is Biafra Radio. All we are praying to Elohim is that Elohim will come down and cleanse out all the bad things and separate the chaff from the seed, because the day of harvest is near. My goodness me, so that we will know the chaff, so that we will know the real seed, of course, and only the seed will enter the kingdom of Chukwu Kikabiama, which is Biafra. The chaff have no place in the land, the holy land of Biafra, for that matter. And of course, this is where we will bring this program to an end, because it has been indeed a great program. And of course, I want to thank those who have made our time to listen to us. It is a late night with Barrister Onuoha, and trust me when I tell you, we will be back again this week. And of course, to continue from where we stop, to continue to preach that gospel according to the restoration effort of the kingdom of Elohim on this planet they call Earth. My names are Barrister Ikechukwu Onuoha. I am called, I am ordained, I am anointed for this restoration effort. Trust me when I tell you, I will not capitulate. I will not go back. I cannot be deterred by your hatred. I cannot be deterred by your insult, your jealousy, your envy. It is the gift of Elohim upon my life, and no man born of a woman can take it away from me. I am blessed, more than blessed, to serve the great people of Biafra. This is Biafra Land, and this is Biafra Radio. And of course, it is late night with Barrister Onuoha. Good night and remain blessed.
Together we fight.